Our last lesson for this quarter is all about literary theories and approaches. This is the module 4 of the third quarter. After going through this module, you are expected to understand literary theories and approaches, differentiate literary theories and approaches, critique a literary selection based on the following approaches: formalist, structuralist, archetypal, feminist, and Marxist. But before we begin, let's do some exercise for this lesson. I want you to unscramble the letter to identify the words. To do so, you have to analyze the definition given. First one, oral and printed text that embodies values, culture, and tradition of a specific country. The correct answer is literature. Next one, an expression of judgment or merits about something based on a personal viewpoint or objective analysis. The correct answer is criticism. Last one, a system of ideas intended to explain something. The correct answer is theory. Can you repeat the three important words mentioned in this exercise? Yes, they are literature, criticism, and theory. Our lesson for today is all about literary criticism. Literary criticism or literary study is the study, evaluation, and interpretation of literature. It is also the art or practice of judging and commenting on the qualities and character of literary works. So let's now move on to some of the literary theories and approaches. There are lots of literary theories and approaches. However, we will just study the five of it. And those are formalist, reader response or structuralist, archetypal, feminist, and Marxist. I hope that you are taking down notes. So let's start defining them one by one. The first one is the formalist, also known as close reading. Formalist pays no attention to the reader or the writer. Reader should read neutrally or unemotionally because formalist is objective. No consideration to social and historical context. Formalist approach focuses on the elements of fiction, plot, theme, character, point of view, imagery, dialogue, and etc. So the usual questions are, who wrote the story? Who are the characters? To what point of view is it written? What is the theme? How does the story is developed? So these following questions show that in a formalist approach, it is just all about the story itself, and it is not asking for your opinion or feelings toward the story. The next approach is the reader response, also known as structuralist. Structuralism is a general theory of culture and methodology that implies that elements of human culture must be understood by the way of their relationship to a broader system. The reader response is a reaction to new critic believed that the words are dynamic, and reading is either literal or aesthetic. In other words, reader response is subjective. In reader response or structuralist, the flow of evaluating literature are through these questions. What kind of character are present in a story? Give proofs based on their words or action. If you were the main character, would you do the same? What is the moral of the story? Is the ending of the story the best ending? Why? If you were to give an ending to it, how would it be? If you notice, the art of questioning works to uncover the structures that underlie all the things that humans do, think, perceive, and feel. The next one is archetypal. Archetypal examines on how texts rely on archaic pattern or original copies, focuses on intertextual connection, the meaning and symbolism of words used. So archetypal is historical. Archetypal images and story patterns encourage reader to participate ritualistically in basic beliefs, fears, and anxieties of their age. So the art of questioning goes like this. In what era the story was written? What does the story what does the era tell about the setting of the story? Do you see archaic, very old words, or unusual words in the story? Define or provide their origin and symbolism. What significant thing or event does the story tell in the past? What does the story retell about the present? These questions explained that a text's meaning is shaped by cultural and psychological myths. The fourth approach is feminist. Feminist theory is the extension of feminism into theoretical, fictional, or philosophical discourse. It aims to understand the nature of gender inequality. Since long time ago, there is no equal treatment for girls and boys. So feminist is a socialist. In feminist literature is evaluated based on the social roles of women, like what issue about women does the story present? What motivates the author to write about it? Who is the author and her background? What is the purpose of the author on writing the story? How does it change the women of today? This focus on how women write their own experiences and representation with regards to social order and rules. The last theory is the Marxist. The last theory is the Marxist theory developed by Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels. In Marxist theory, they believe that literature is a cultural production of a complex society, brings awareness of economical and social situation. For example, the literary piece Les Miserables. Les Miserables is written by Victor Hugo. Hugo addressed three main political themes in Les Miserables: the need for social progress, France, and improvement in her treatment of the poor, the abolishment of the death penalty, and the fight for prison reform. The art of questioning in Marxist approach are: what issue about men in society does the story present? What motivates the author to write about it? Who is the author and her background? What is the purpose of the author on writing the story? How does it change the men and society of today? A Marxist interpretation reads the text as an expression of contemporary class struggle. Literature is not a matter of personal expression or taste. It somehow relates to the social and political conditions of the time.